Roger. Hello, how are you doing, sir? People will be watching this live back. I'm probably wondering why I'm sat in the car. I'm parked in the middle of two cemeteries. People that used to work in the workhouses back in the early 1900s, late 18, were buried in this area. Hello, Mike. How are you doing? And this area is known as Skull Courts in Kingston upon Hull. Now, people was dying in these workhouses, living in poor conditions, and they've been buried on either side. I'm on a road at the minute, parked up at, obviously, next to the pavement, and there's a newer section to the right of me. It's fenced off, but it's open. And the older section is just left to ruin to the left of me. And I will show you shortly. So the reason why we're not at Tony's tonight, I spoke to him. I've struggled to get hold of him all weekend. Good evening, Babs. And I finally got hold of Tony a couple of hours ago, and he's not feeling up to doing a live. He said he didn't want to do it. So I thought, rather than not do anything, I'll come out. My intention was, and I was talked out of it by Tina, to investigate the mental asylum building, which Tony and I were filming in on Friday. Very, very dangerous building. The energies there are weird. You'll see it when I edit the film and put the footage together. There's 3 levels to this building, and I was on the bottom one, Tony was on the middle, then he went up and I followed him up, and we're doing it like that. And we filmed in complete darkness. Everything was filmed in infrared night vision. So you hear us kicking things a lot and swearing because we were just walking into things. We wanted to do it almost total blackout. We was only using the video camera screens to be able to see where we was going in the dark. Hi, Jack. How are you doing? Hello, Tina. Sorry, I didn't see you come in there. So yeah, at the minute, like I said, I'm just sat in the car on the edge of the cemetery. The sun's just going down in front of me. It normally goes about 8:10 around here at this time of year. I'm going to go into the old section first. I've come very light with equipment. I've got the live camera, which will be in one of my hands, and in the other hand I will have a trimeter, and that is all I've brought because there's a few things surrounding these cemeteries which could interfere with sound recordings. Very close to a road, you'll hear cars going past. It's close to a housing estate, but like I said, it's one of the oldest cemeteries in Hull, which used to be Skull Courts, which was on the outskirts of Hull, but since Hull grew, it kind of enveloped Skull Courts, where all the, not all of them, but some people from the workhouses were buried. So I'm going to go have a look round, take the trimeter. I'll take, just to see if anything happens on the trimeter really, and take you guys with me as I'm doing it. Like I said, I think the old section of this cemetery dates back to the 1800s. You hear the cars going past most of the time. Hello, Vanessa. Who we just got coming in now? So I'm just going to wait while some of these cars go. I get some funny looks when I start walking out because PSI's uniform, if you like, is all black. We look like police. We look like a SWAT team. Which is why I've just kept the blue jeans on tonight rather than the black combats. So let's go in. If you see anything or hear something weird, just put it on the screen because I'll be too busy to notice a lot of things. Check it out. Hello, Raven. Tracy, how are you doing? I'm going to flip the camera around. Hello, Callum. There's a dog walker behind me giving me funny looks. I'm just going to have a walk into here. See some of these gravestones tucked away and grown over with bramble bushes and nettles. No, Tony's not live. He isn't doing a live tonight. He told me on the phone he didn't feel like doing it, so here I am. What happened to Friday, Callum? We still went out, but we do not believe we would have got a signal in the building to do a live. Because of the time frame, we was allowed in this building on the Delapole site, the mental hospital. We just filmed it on video, and I will be releasing my camera footage over the next week, hopefully, and Tony took some as well. Whether or not he releases his, I don't know. I'm just looking at, there's a grave over there, what's painted. So I thought I would start just as the sun's going down. I'm only going to do an hour. Like I said, I've got the trimeter, the tri-field meter with me. I'm going to put it on standard magnetic. I could do really without holding this. My mobile phone will trigger this. So I'm having to have it about there, look. So this is just picking up standard magnetic frequency. I could set it to the heavier one, the weighted magnetic, or even radio frequency. Hello Smack, how are you doing? So it's kind of twitching as I'm walking, but that's to be expected because I'm moving my hand. If I come any closer to the phone, it will spike higher, which is why I've got it out here. I'm glad you're doing all right, Smack. It is a good piece of equipment. You've got to be careful with them though, because the way it's set now, my mobile phone will trigger it off. It is twitching though. I just need to change the angle of this camera. I can't hold it correctly. Let me just put this trimeter on a tree for a second. So I'm stood well back and it's reading 0.1, fluctuating up to 0. It did 5 at one point, I think. Dawn, how are you doing? I haven't seen you for ages. You're right stranger nowadays. I'm just altering the angle of the camera. See how overgrown this is, this cemetery. There's a factory back there, which is why I haven't brought any sound equipment. Just want to get to an old grave so I can take some readings. So I've come a bit earlier while it's still a bit light because I can only hold 2 things. And I have got a flashlight on me, but obviously I've only got 2 hands. Don't. What are you on about? I'll ring you. You never ring people. Okay, so I don't know what we've got going on over there. There's a pile of something washing. Either that or it's a body. So this gravestone here is marked 1893. Died 36 years. It's twitching 0.1 to 3. That's normal because obviously I'm moving. It's not a body, no. It just looks like piles of clothes or something. (1884). A lot of children dying in infancy. That's what it says on a lot of these gravestones. But you know that happened back then, didn't it? There was no medicines or antibiotics. It's not a demon, no. Like I said, I nearly visited the hospital building by myself tonight, but I deemed it slightly dangerous because I'm alone tonight. No Tony, he's bailed out. These twitches on the trimeter is normal because I'm moving. When you see them using these on like Ghost Adventures, it starts twitching and they're saying it's paranormal. It's not. It's movement. It would even move if I do this or rub it. Look, did you see it spiking? If I rub it slightly, I'm creating some kind of static. You found graveyards dead boring. You love all graveyards. Cool. Well, this one is open, so I just walked in. I'm gonna just turn this trimeter off a second because it's making my arm ache carrying it. I can't make out what that says. 1837. I thought I heard voices then. The only thing with one of these kind of graveyards / cemeteries, because they're open, anybody could walk in. I hope you've had a good weekend, Tracy. Says Babs. There was a gravestone, what had been looked like it was all coloured in. I was looking for that. I don't know where it's gone. Let's go through here. If anybody recognises any of these plants, especially if it's like poison oak or something like that, let me know. Such a shame these little graveyards get overgrown like this and not looked after. 1861. There's a lot of these flowers about. Are these bluebells or something? I'm not an expert on flowers. There's a lot of them about. Some of these gravestones here wouldn't have been people that was in the workhouse because they look very expensive. Gravestones, 1871. Again, another one, very, very young, 1 year and 5 months old. Such a shame they were dying at such young ages back then. Good point, thank you. Tracy, thank you so much. Do appreciate it. I would give you a golf clap with one hand because I've got hold of the camera. Thank you, it's very generous. Do appreciate it. I thought I'm going this way because it's looking like these are the older stones. Raven does rock. There's a crypt on the floor. You can see right through it. The stone's not here, but that is a crypt. There's a deceased, obviously, a body under there, or what's left of one. And I've got to walk over it. Oh, this end is near one of the roads. I can hear the cars. So many years ago, I came in here with Tina and quite a few other people, and we did a seance in this graveyard. And a young lad didn't want to join in the seance, and I said, okay, that's up to you. And he stood on the outside of the circle watching. He was the only one that got scratched. He wasn't in the circle protected. I'll have to see if I can find the photographs of that, because we did photograph it. Got scratched down his back. Naughty? What's naughty? There's a weird... it was Lee. Alright, I don't remember who it was. Like a weird hand thing there, look. It wasn't just me and a lady badger, there was loads of us. I think there was about maybe 12 people. I'm not turning back, I'm going to have to walk through that lot. Yeah, so the video we're going to be putting out of the mental asylum hospital building, what we are inside. It's very, very interesting. It's more of a explore, pretty much what I'm doing here, where we're walking around filming, hoping to catch things on camera. There's holes all over the place. think it was this area, roughly, I saw a girl in a white gown when we was here doing that seance so many years ago. Hi, John Boy. It's all overgrown. Look, there's remnants of the graves. I can't actually tell where I'm walking. All these mounds here, like these covered in leaves, they're gravestones. Maybe the car's going past. No, it was an actual figure I saw. She was in a white gown, she had long dark hair. There's a wooden box over there, that's weird. Try to make contact. Why not? Let's get the trimeter out. Just wait while I adjust the camera. 0.3, 0.2. That's normal because I'm holding it. It'd be better if I wasn't making contact with this, but it may pick up the mobile phone as well. But as a move, it may twitch high, which it is. Time to go to work. Be careful. I always am. I try my best. 1885. I keep hearing twigs snapping as if somebody's walking, but there's nobody there. That's when your mind plays tricks on you. Random wooden box. There's a 0.5, 0.7. It is twitching, and it's not my phone triggering it. If there's anyone there, if that girl is here from last time who recognises me, can you come and touch this meter, please? It will make a noise if you touch it, and that will give me a sign that you are here with me. Take the money. Open the box, take the money. It looks like it was an animal box of some kind. Lots of movement in the bushes behind. I have noticed with these trimeters, when it's set on standard magnetic, I move the camera away, it's at 0. I look at it, it spikes, goes high 0.8. So it must be the way the antenna is set up in the mobile phone. As I'm streaming alive, it will be giving out obviously a signal in that direction, triggering the TRA meter. So that has debunked that, guys. Hi, Mrs. Dres. There's a Discord link there. If anybody wants it, go click on it. It's all free. You can have a chat with everybody that's on these lives and the team when we're in there. Let me see if I can change the right, I've put it on heavy electric. My phone shouldn't trigger that. Put it on. So I've put it on standard electric. There you go. I don't know, Mrs. Dree. I have no idea. He had scratch marks down his back, what were wilted. It had just been done, and we did obviously check his back out and photograph it, and he couldn't reach in that position with his own hands either, but he was by himself. Nobody was stood with him. There's an alarm going off somewhere. So we're measuring standard electric. So the magnetic energy, that it is mainly looking for the electric in that magnetic energy, if you know what I mean. And it's just set at a standard rate rather than the weighted rate, which is more heavier. Is this the meter? No, it's not the meter going off. Somebody's starting a truck. It had some sort of alarm on it. It's one of those nights tonight, Callum. This is alarmed, this TRA meter. You will hear it if it is triggered. It's now set to electric and my phone will not interfere with it. So this will pick up obviously AC current, which is all man-made alternating current, EMF, and possibly some DC field energy. Where's that gravestone? I'm looking for that gravestone. I'm hearing voices all over the place. There's like, sounds like people are talking, but there's nobody here. If there's anyone in spirit with me, can you come closer and put your hands on this, which is in my hand, making a clicking noise? It'll give me a sign or a signal that you are here. So this would pick up any kind of static field, what it's set to now, which is standard electric. Can you hear voices? When I was across there, I saw like I can hear voices. Honestly, I can hear voices. Close to the road though, so I don't know if any people are walking past. Is this the way I came in? That's why I haven't brought any sound recorders, because there's too much traffic. I'm just walking around with a traffic meter to see if it spikes. And if it does, hopefully we'll be able to capture it. That alarm is off a truck. It sounds like he's having problems starting it. I'm going to go through here and look for that gravestone. So that is some kind of military carving. Don't know what. Somebody else might know what that means. Some really cool old type writing on it. I'm looking for a date. So I can feel the temperature changing as well. It's getting a lot colder. The sun is going down. There's a new section over there. There's a gate. I don't know if you can make that out in the distance. See if I can get in there. I am really looking for that gravestone because I don't know where it is. It was like it was painted as I walked in. And I think it was that I walked down this path as I come in and I looked over to the left. Oh, it's over there, look. Can you see it? In the distance, you can't really see it on this camera. Let me see if I can go get to that gravestone. I want to check it out. Oh, sorry, I missed that comment. What does that meter you're holding? Sorry, bad English, from the Netherlands. It measures EM fields, AC, DC, and also radio frequency. Measures different strength, EM. It's alleged that spirit give off static and EM, electromagnetic energy, which is why I'm carrying this to see if it is triggered. Just for the record, we was using these before Ghost Adventures. Is it round here somewhere? Yeah, there it is. So it is actually, I thought it was a Star of David. It's not, it's a pentagram. It's faded. You can see the bottom. That's a pentagram. Somebody's been in here doing some dark stuff by the look of it some years ago. Is there anyone in spirit with me? Can you please touch this in my hand? It'll give me a signal and tell me that you are here. Trying to make out what the rest of it says. It's worn away. I can't see what the rest of it says. rude. Actually got the red marks at one point made a full circle around the star. That is definitely a pentagram. I can't tell what that is in the middle. Somebody been playing about with witchcraft. That's disrespectful, that, to paint that on somebody's gravestone. No respect indeed, Badger. Well, I thought it was the Star of David at first until I saw the way it was set out. I don't know, it could have been. Could have been somebody marking it as a Jewish thing, but it's still very disrespectful to paint on that. So on electric, it hasn't been triggered at all. You can hear it ticking away. Right down the bottom of that red car, that's mine. People who do not know what they are doing, my advice to young people, do not mess around in the dark. No, good advice, Callum. I'm just coming back down here so I can cut across down here. I didn't go down here. Temperature's dropping very fast. My hands are freezing now. If I can get through. I think there's a path. Feathers everywhere. So if you join us, I mean, I'm not going just yet, but if you join us tomorrow over on TikTok, Babs and myself will be doing past, present and future tarot readings, as we did for the first time last week. We'll be attempting it again tomorrow. So it should be fun. If you've got TikTok, go over to TikTok tomorrow around about, can't remember what time we did it last week. 7, half 7, something like that. Babs will correct me if I'm wrong. People are copying Ghost Adventures, have they? Size of this gravestone. This gravestone is as tall as me, if not a bit taller. No, it's taller than me. Hang on. That has got to be 6'7", 6'8". Okay, I'm 6'2". (1874), 1845. There's a lot in there. There's a big family in there. It says, she is not dead, but sleepeth. So when you see the video of the mental asylum building that we did, there's a section what's really funny, and I thought it wasn't. Where Tony says to me, watch out for that bit of metal, Mark. And then all of a sudden I hear bang, he kicked it. I said, yeah, okay, mate, no worries. And then I followed him and did exactly the same thing. We did film it in total darkness with no torches. That huge sea of brambles. There's lots of graves in there. What a shame they're overgrown. I'm going to try and get across to the other side without anybody seeing me going in. This is like an industrial estate. There's a lot. The estate is built around like factories and things. Ice cream van going past. That's a bit late for an ice cream. It's bloody freezing as well. Right, I'm going across, and I'm going to get through that other side of the gate. I get some funny looks because I'm dressed like a copper. So I know they don't lock this, it's just on like a slab. So this is the newest side. The gate isn't locked, if you can see there. I've just closed it behind me. They don't lock it. They welcome people to come in and walk around. Stick to the path. So already I'm getting corner of the eye phenomena, like, you know, when you see things out in your like peripheral vision. It is, Mike. I have done this one quite a few times in the dark. As you can see, there's like an archway of trees through here. Babs is being in this one, and so is Tina. And I think Jack has as well. Just in the distance there, you see those houses? White feather. Is that a sign? It's a sign that a bird's losing its feathers. Those buildings, before they could build them, they had to dig up part of this cemetery and relocate the graves. I have no idea where they relocated them to. Right, so I have got my red light out now. Not that I need it just yet, but Sorry, what was that? I missed that comment. White feather. Absolutely a sign of a presence. Yes, with me. Excellent. I know we have some very spiritual people on the live who, you know, believe that 100%. And every time I see white feathers, I do take note. So the ground is very boggy here. Good job I've got my boots on. Yeah, just there. So them houses in the, what you can see in the background there, that was part of this cemetery. I wonder if they are haunted. I should maybe drop a letter through all the letterboxes and ask them. I'll get my steps in today anyway. Oh, I do. You do too. Did the Babs, did they live in one of those houses? And I know that's a fact because when we're doing it, they was getting, you know, like the young offenders who they wasn't going to lock them up, but they had to do kind of a bit of community service. They had to help, you know, take the rubble away and stuff like that. So if they still live there and it's haunted, you have to contact them, see if they want us to investigate it. You ended up going to bless her house and Margaret did it. All right. Hello, Bruce. How are you doing, sir? So I've got the All-Light with me tonight. That's got a battery in it that will last 72 hours on full beam. Very expensive. Both Tony and I use these, and as you just saw, it's got multicoloured light as well. Green when it's pitch black. The green light helps you to see better in the dark. The red light I use when I'm using like night vision. You know, talking, it could have been from that house. You're doing good. You love these lights. Yeah, these are good torches. The All-Light. They've got the spotlight and the coloured ones and the white ones around the outside. Like I said, the battery is massive in that, and that will last 72 hours on full beam. You control everything. You've got floodlight, and the wheel spins it. If you hold it, you get the different colours. It's cool. Tony actually got us these. So this one is, it looks like it, although it's overgrown, there's these graves in the middle of that hill there. The pathways are a lot more clearer. It's such a shame that they're not looked after by the council. See that, them power lines, you see that would trigger the EMF meter. So that's what you've got to be aware of when you're like on outdoor locations, just investigating. Where have I just been? I don't remember the cemetery being this big last time. I can hear a lot of seagulls. Normally when it's like that, there's a storm out at sea. I don't know if you can see that. All these gravestones, there's loads of them, little tiny ones. I don't think they're children. I think these are more pauper. I don't know if I'd want to live there, to be honest, in that flat, because when you look out the window, you're looking into a cemetery, there's graves everywhere. All these little graves. Only about 2 foot tall. So my hands are freezing. I was thinking about cutting across there rather than walking around. I'm hearing voices again. So there's bluebells and the yellow ones here. I don't know what the yellow ones are. We've got another open grave there. So last night, it was fairly late, and Tina and I were watching Help My Home is Haunted. I've never shouted and sworn at the TV as much as I did watching that episode last night. I'm going to look for it on YouTube to see if I can download it and review it, because it is total bollocks. Those yellow flowers are called what? Sorry. Yellow Archangel. All right. That's a fitting name, isn't it, for a graveyard cemetery? You're loving a relaxed vibe. Yeah, like I said, I normally go to Tony's, but I spoke to him. I couldn't get hold of him all weekend. I don't know. He's been busy with his family, I think. And he just said he didn't feel like going live tonight. So, What My Home is Haunted is on Discovery Plus. Is there no way I can download that episode? I'm sure it's season 5, episode 1. I may be able to review it using the OBS studio, where I watch it on screen and review it at the same time. I've never seen so much dribble in my life. I was shouting at that TV. Next to like a big industrial unit there. I can hear trucks moving about. We used to bring the public with us on these cemetery walks, you know, on a night, and let them use the ghost box and things. You never watch it, but it sounds like comedy gold. Ian Lohman, the resident, well, he used to be a resident psychic. He's now calling himself an exorcist. I had no clue he was ordained. I'll have to research that. And you have to be in some kind of ministry in the Catholic ministry for at least 8 years to become ordained with a Catholic church. They're on YouTube. Excellent. That will be getting downloaded and ripped to pieces in a nice way, of course, because I will be labelled as a bully if I kind of insult people too much. But it was disgusting the way they're trying to get people to believe. There was demons running around the house and punching Barry Guy, is it, in the face and knocking him over? What a load of crap. So help my horse, Sarah's 1 and 2, recent one as well. All right, Jack. He says he's ordained. Well, to be any kind of exorcist, you know, you kind of got to be ordained, haven't you? You've got to have been through that priesthood. I did 4 years in the church before I stepped away. Just let that truck go past. And exorcisms are done by Catholic priests, mainly from Rome, or, you know, very heavy linked with the Vatican. Jeff from Brew Production showed how easy it is to get ordained on the internet. Well, believe it or not, just to see if I could do it, I did it years ago. I'm actually ordained in America. I did it online and it was free. So if anybody wants to be a priest in America, I'll see if I can find a link. But yeah, what he doesn't quote when he's exorcising demons from people or the house, he's not using any kind of Roman rite, if you know what I mean. He's just saying, you know, by the name of Jesus Christ, I command that you leave. And that's fair enough, that is part of it, but what they are doing is bollocks. Leslie Nielsen, yeah, I remember that. So my next job is to research Ian Lohman's priesthood. Unless somebody else knows where to find that information and send me it. Save me a bit of time. If I can get around that way. Used to love him. Tracy, golf clap, one-handed clap. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We appreciate every donation by everybody. You're a star. You're a rock star, in fact. You're bloody marvellous. Thank you so much. You've got a devil in your house, it's called the wife. On Ghost Chasers, but I'm not sure about it. I don't rate Ian Lohman. Never have done all the years I've known about him. Yeah, Tracy, I do appreciate it, Tracy. You know, next time you come down, Tracy, let us know. And we'll have to involve you in either an experiment or going on one with us somewhere. See another debunkers talk about Ian Lohman this week. One is doing the course. Ghost Chasers Haunted Australia. He's a model tattooist. All right. As a psychic / medium, as he has labelled himself, and an exorcist now as well, I just don't rate him. He's probably a really nice guy, but all the names he thinks he is. Crap. Green. Green's what they use when hunting in the dark, because animals can't see the colour, apparently. Ian Lohman has changed. Definitely. Oh, excellent, Tracy. Definitely, I will. I will love to get involved. Yeah, it'd be cool, because I know you guys are watching it from the comfort of your armchairs or your beds, wherever you are at the moment. But actually being on one, you know, in the dark, I mean, it's freezing now, and experiencing it, to some people that doesn't sound nice, but I get addicted to it. I have to be out investigating somewhere or filming somewhere. This camera's making it look fairly light, but isn't it? It's quite SR Spookfest, how are you, sir? I hope you're doing well. I do prefer to use the red, to be honest, because it doesn't draw as much attention to myself, you know, like from the neighbouring houses over there. It's not obviously as noticeable as a bright white light. Something weird just happened in your kitchen. A dog has gone mental and barking at the cupboard when something just dropped off the shelf for no reason. Badger, set up a camera in there, get your mobile phone just recording and leave it, whatever it happened. And then go in the next room and ask it, shout through the wall, do it again. See if it happens again and get it on film. I think this is coming up near that creepy bit where Mike said that. It's real creepy, I bet, when it's dark. Great, looks like I'm having fun. I'm just kind of walking around this cemetery. I've been on the other side of the road, which was older. If you get a chance to watch this live back, I was just taking some EMF readings with a tri-field meter, but I haven't got it out on this side because there's power cables just there, look, and it probably will trigger it off from here, in fact. Mrs. Badger is sceptical. You know, we kind of are as well, believe it or not. It's a good thing, really. It means people are using common sense. See the moon? I don't know if you can make it out. The moon's out, but it's misty. There's a really cold, damp mist. Everyone seems to be jumping on the paranormal wagon at the moment and not helping the cause at all. Yeah, you're right there, Vanessa. That said, I'm going to get the tram-meter up. As I'm walking through there, I mean, it looks fairly light on the camera, but it actually isn't. It's quite dark through there. Must be the camera on this phone. So you can tell how dark it is by how much that's lit up. You can't even see the frigging numbers now. Look. There's somebody behind me. Might be a bird. So it's going to go dark as I walk through here. I've set the Trafield meter to electric standard, so my mobile phone will not trigger it off. At the minute it's reading 0. You can hear it clicking, listen. You'll hear that noise change if anything triggers it, obviously, even though you can't see the screen very well off this camera. Pretty dark here. Creepy. 0. If there's anyone in spirit in this cemetery with me, please come and hold my hand. Hold this device. This device, what's making a noise? Come and touch it. Zero. I can smell garlic. It's like wild garlic. To be honest, I think if I lived in one of those houses, I would be tempted to pop in here every now and again to take photographs and things and document things. Zero. The house is haunted too. The owners who lived there before died here. Lots of activity, but they don't attack us. No, not all energy is bad, is it? It's worth documenting it on film. Document everything. That's what we try and do. Very true, but I hope these people jumping on the paranormal bandwagon will get bored and leave the real people alone. I've always been interested in the paranormal. I'm not as knowledgeable as others, says Bruce. Starting to look spooky. It is. I'm going to put this back in my pocket because my hand is freezing. Just as I mean, where else would you get a walk-in commentary on a Sunday evening around a cemetery? Let's get some light on. I'll go for red. Too bright, turn it down a bit. If there's anyone there, can you show yourself on camera? Stand in front of me. Roxanne. Put it on a gravestone, you reckon? All right, I will do for 5 minutes before I turn a different way. Let me find a gravestone. You don't have to put on the red light. I knew there was something there to do with the red light. All right, I'm going magnetic standard. You will hear this thing if it goes off. Just step back from it. It's on 0.102. It's just fluctuating. That's normal. There's power lines in the area. If there is anyone in the spirit realm or any astral beings, you can see that device on that grave, what is lit up. Can you go and touch it for me, please? Yeah, it's getting dark. What is it, Ian? It's a tri-field meter. It measures EM energy fields from AC and DC current, and it also measures EM fields from radio signal, radio frequency. There's a device on that grave, what is lit up. Can you please touch it for me? That will let me know that you are here and I am not alone. Thank you. So I will hear that if it goes off. I'm just aware of this footpath behind me. I keep turning because, you know, when you think you can hear something, but your mind's kind of playing tricks. Can you please touch that device which is on the grave? It is lit up. That will give me a sign that you are here with me. So I can see what it's reading now. It's 0. It's twitching 0.1, but that is because I'm not that far away from it with a mobile phone. When I go closer, it is raising. Look, you'll hear it. that was because of my mobile phone giving off the signal for this live is obviously interfering with that tri-field meter set on magnetic, which just proves to me that it's working. And this is why you'll hear us moaning at other people's videos when they've got other equipment next to an EMF meter or something like that, because they do interfere with them and they're getting false positives. I think that was a fly or a moth, I don't know. A bit of green. Looks darker on your phone, does it? So green is the best light for humans to use in the dark. It is invisible to animals, you know, hunters when they're hunting for deer and things. So that's why a lot of them use green light. But we can see a lot with green light in the dark. So that's blue, that's near UV, it's nearly ultraviolet. That would pick up like stains on a mattress or a sheet. But I do like the red. Like I said, I use red light when I'm filming in infrared because red light does not show up on night vision cameras. The moon's out. Try one more time. You know, please let me know that you are here with me. You know, we are wanting to know that there is an afterlife as such in the spirit world. Could you please touch that device, which is on the grave, and that will tell me that you are here. Step away so it's not the phone. So it's on 0 now. Please come and touch this device, what is lit up on this grave. I thought I heard somebody laughing. Did anybody hear anybody laughing then? Or was it a seagull? So I can actually see the numbers from here. It's still reading 0. It is so cold now, it's freezing. I can see my breath in front of me. So that pathway certainly got darker. Let's go in. I'll leave that EMF meter on that grave. I should hear if anybody comes in. Never mind the spirits. If there's a moth, I'd be gone, says Vanessa. There's a few moths. Was it a bird? So that on the footpath there looks like a black like shadow. It is actually moss and staining on the pavement. And I'll prove that by putting the light onto it. Look, that's all that is. Was this the cemetery where a crime was committed? I can't remember, Babs. I'm going to get my tri-field meter just in case I forget it. I'll walk past it, knowing me, and forget it. Can't afford to lose that. Really dark, Vanessa. Yeah, yeah. So that's just a signal coming off a mobile phone. That's not the actual phone itself, it's the signal. Obviously it's sending a signal out, which is how you guys are seeing this live. That touch is like one of those fancy pens you had, 4 different colours. That torch, yeah, yeah. It could light the whole forest up, this thing. Or I can put it on a spotlight. Or WAD. There's a moth. Green. There's green. Yeah, it is the best colour to see in the dark with, to be honest. But I like the red. So guys, it's a bit dark. I'm gonna walk towards the gate because I'm hearing there's people on the street by the sound of it. Put my stuff in the car. Yeah, so it's a different night. Don't know if you saw that guy down there on that push bike as he just went past. He was going to come in the cemetery and he saw me dressed like this and carried on. Smells of weed. Oh God, it's cold. No worries, Babs. Like I said, I know Tony didn't want to do a live tonight, so I thought just put that on. Be cool just to get out and have a look around that cemetery and take a few Trafield meter readings. Awesome. Yeah, it makes a change, doesn't it? I'll have to try somewhere else next time if Tony isn't doing a live. Different on each side. I know, Vanessa, it's like that side there, really badly overgrown. That one is as well, but not as bad as the older side. Who was that? I don't know who that was. Callum. It was just somebody riding past on their bike. He stopped, actually. I saw him coming and he stopped where the gate was, as if he was going to open the gate and go in. And then he saw me coming up the path with this in my hand, and he decided not to. He just carried on. Yeah, it's always good to do a few meter readings, Badger. I like the trimeter. We don't often get much chance when we're doing lives because it's hard to hold equipment and the camera at the same time. Maybe why we'll have to think of some brilliant brews. Jack's gone to bed. So, like I said, tomorrow, if you've got TikTok, come on over to the PSI channel. Babs and myself will be doing tarot readings. We'll be doing past, present, and future 3-card reading with some fantastic golden cards, which are beautiful. Is it the same as EMS? It's EMF, electromagnetic field. Yeah, it pretty much. That light keeps going out. Oh, hang on a second. Let's turn the ignition on. There you go. Yeah, it measures EM fields from AC and DC and static current. And the trimeter also measures RF, which is radio frequency, and microwaves. Expensive little bit of kit, but worth having if you're more into investigating rather than just ghost hunting. I can't remember where you get these ones from. I think they do them on eBay. I think there was about £180 when we got them. But yeah, it looks like that. It's the Tri-Field meter. If you can afford one, get one. It's worth it. Much better than any other. Come on over to the chat. Yeah, Badger's put the link up to the Discord channel. People from this live just carry on conversations, and there's all sorts of chat going on, not just ghosts, but what people had for dinner, and all kinds of things. It's much better than a K2. You're damn right it is. Yeah, it's one of the best ones. I used to have the analog one of these. This is the digital one. You can't get the analog now, and the analog, you can't even hold them. They will go off just by touching them, and these do. So you've got to have it on the right setting. You've got to understand what EM field you are actually looking for. As you saw, my mobile phone was triggering it, so you've got to have it on the right type. And so your phone doesn't trigger it, you have to have it on electric. Amazon, yeah, mate. What, the 180 still? You know me as Presnasia6 on Discord. Have I said that right? Cool. Yeah, thanks for coming, Vanessa. Badger, all the mods, thanks for popping in. I do appreciate it. We will see you soon. I think Tony will be back next week. I'm not sure until I speak to him. Depends how he feels, I suppose. Like Callum. But yeah, we'll be here tomorrow on TikTok. And back on YouTube having a chat on Wednesday. Raven, yeah, Tracy, I do appreciate you watching. For those of you that don't know, we have actually met Tracy. She came down to Hull, and we all met up at Tony's house and had a chat and a drink. Well, some of us did, but I couldn't drink because I was driving. And I think the next one is to get Tracy involved. That'd be cool at Delapole. Have a lovely evening, Mark, and the amazing mods. Everyone have a good day, evening. Tomorrow, sleep well. Yeah, you as well, Tracy. Have a good week. Don't give that meter to the twin brothers. Certainly not. No, because they would set it on magnetic and claim everything was paranormal. No, demons. They say everything's a demon, don't they? Their mobile phones would be triggering it and they say it was a demon. Good night, Ian. Good night, Badger. Good night, Tracy. Good night, Mike. Night, Jack. Good night, Callum. Good night, Vanessa, Jamie, Miss Dries. I can't pronounce that. Who else is there? Bruce, not forgetting Bruce, and Babsy, and Tina, but I think Tina's gone, and Ian. I think I got everybody. See you soon, guys. Take care.